Happy Saturday, guys. DK back at you with another video here for the NBA main slate. So real quick, first let's look back and see how we did last night. So last night, as you guys can see, another winning night. So let's see what we went up with. So I ended up going with Chris Paul, Doxson, Gerald Green, Noah Vonleh, Wendell Carter Jr., John Wall, Montrez, and Anthony Davis. So originally early in the day, I didn't think I was going to go with Anthony Davis or Giannis, but there was enough value that opened up throughout the day where I thought I just needed Anthony Davis in my lineup. So I talked about Montrezl Harrell in my video, and he absolutely went nuts, almost a 50 bomb. Wendell Carter Jr., that was pretty disappointing. He did very good in his minutes, but he only saw 18 minutes after seeing 30 plus in each of the last two games. And the GPP pivot I told you guys about, Felicio, he ended up seeing like 30 minutes, and he did pretty good. So yeah, and then I went with Vonleh and Doxson, mainly because they switched their starting lineup to Dotson and Vonleh starting. They were just too cheap for starters against Golden State. Gerald Green, that was just more salary relief, and he had to play 30 minutes with all the injuries to Houston. Chris Paul, it was disappointing. I couldn't fade him with no Harden or revenge team narrative. I was too scared to fade him. If you faded him, I mean, good for you. It was a good play. John Wall, that was mainly, I was banking on Brad Beal being out. Beal ended up playing, but John Wall still had a great game. So yeah, overall, it was a pretty good night for sure. Okay, so let's look into today's slate real quick. Okay, so again, this is more of a bigger slate, so I'm just going to be going position by position, naming out a few plays, cash game viable, that are sticking out the page to me. So yeah, let's get right into it. So point guard, so Ben Simmons, this hinges on the availability of Joel Embiid. If Embiid is out, I think Ben Simmons is a great play. If not, I think you can look elsewhere. So Kemba Walker here is only 8,000. I mean, he's just been playing out of his mind. I haven't played him once this year. I've been fading him, but I mean, it's hard. At only 8,000, I know the matchup's not ideal against Ben Simmons, but I mean, it's hard to ignore what Kemba Walker's done. I think he's firmly in play here at only 8,000. He's basically the whole offense for Charlotte, so I definitely think he is firmly in play. I don't mind Mike Conley at all here against Phoenix. He's certainly in play, but I really like this Trae Young play. I talked about him against Dallas in my video, and he got in foul trouble. Still put up 30. If he didn't get in foul trouble, he could have probably put up a 50 bomb. We know Chicago plays no defense. I really like a bounce back spot here for Trae Young. And I certainly think he is in play for cash and GPPs. Let's move on to shooting guard here. And a couple plays. I mean, there's a lot of good plays here today. DeRozan against LA, certainly in play. Donovan Mitchell against the Pelicans, certainly in play. We got LAVINE here. I'm liking this against Atlanta. I'm really liking this game. There should be no defense played. A couple bad teams playing against each other. Really high over/under. We know LAVINE is just going to chuck the ball a ton. We got no Chris Dunn. We got no Bobby Portis. It's basically just going to be him and Jabari with heavy usage here in the offense. So I really like Zach LaVine. And same thing here for Oladipo. This is more of just his price that's the lowest I've seen in a long time. And I mean, his usage is staying the same. He's not seeing like 38 minutes like he did last season. He's seeing like 33 to 34. But if this game stays close, Oladipo has huge upside. He has 60-point upside every night. So I really like Oladipo there at 7,700. So let's move on to small forward here. And another guy I talked about in my last video is Jabari Parker against Atlanta here. Now, he did only see 26 minutes. He still came off the bench. He only saw 26 minutes against the Hornets. But that was because it was a blowout. If that game would have stayed close, he would have closed and probably seen 33 minutes, 33 minutes. And like I said, he's just a high usage guy off the bench. I really like Jabari Parker here at 6,100. So another play here that I'm really liking is Dario Saric here at 5,500. Now, if Embiid is out, that just bumps Saric up even more. If Embiid plays, I still like Saric. I mean, he's just seeing all the minutes he can handle. He's only 5,500. And it's just way too cheap for Dario Saric. He's a lock and load for me. If Embiid's out, it just boosts him up even more. I think he'll be pretty chalky if Embiid's out. But I just really like Dario Saric there at that price tag. So power forward here. I'm really liking. I mean, you guys know I love Sabonis. The only issue with him is it's just the minutes. Like, he's been killing it, but he just doesn't. He only sees like 20 minutes a game. If they end up bumping up his minutes, I mean, you know I love Sabonis, but I just don't know if I can go there with him only seeing 20 minutes a game. So I'm really liking this Jaren Jackson Jr. guy here against Phoenix. He's a rookie. There's injuries to JaMychal Green, a few other guys here in Memphis. So Jaren Jackson Jr. should see about 30 minutes here. Phoenix, we know it's a pretty good matchup. He's going to start with probably Ryan Anderson on him. He should have his way with him. And yeah, I really like Jaren Jackson Jr. here at only 6,000. So Larry Nance. So that would hinge on the availability of Kevin Love. If Kevin Love is out, I really like Larry Nance again, only 5,200. I think he's certainly in play and should see 25 to 30 minutes. But yeah, another play that I'm really liking here is where is he? Oh, here we go. So it's Jonathan Isaac here, only 4,800. So he was kind of on a minutes limit to start the season, but they're bumping up his minutes here, 28, 26, 30 minutes. He's got that block and steal upside, only 4,800. The only issue with him is he's very injury prone, and there's definitely a possibility he could get into foul trouble. He might take a shot at guarding Giannis for a bit. So I guess, I don't know. I guess not necessarily a cash game play. I guess he'd be more of a GPP play just because there is some risk involved. But yeah, another couple guys I got to talk about here are Mike Muscala and Amir Johnson. Only 3,300 here for Mike Muscala if Embiid ends up sitting. He should see about 20 minutes, so I don't mind that play. And then let's see what Amir Johnson's price tag is. So he's only 3,400. So certainly don't mind either of them if Embiid sits for salary relief. And then center today, guys, there's a lot of good plays. You can't go wrong with Aldridge here against the Lakers. He went off against them just a couple games ago. He put up a 60 bomb. Can't go wrong there. Drummond, I talked about him. He was very low owned last game, and he went off. Now he gets Al Horford defense. I don't like picking on Boston, but the one position you can pick on Boston on is centers, and Horford's just not going to be able to stay with Drummond. And I think Baines is not going to play, which helps out Drummond even more. But another play I'm really liking here is Nikola Vucevic, only 8,300. So in the first game they limited his minutes. They closed Mo Bamba, so I was a little worried about how they were going to use him. But he's seeing 38, 33, 31 minutes each of the last 3 games, and I love targeting centers here against Milwaukee. So I definitely think Nikola Vucevic. If Orlando wants to stay in this game, he's going to have a big game. So I really like Nikola Vucevic there at 8,300. Yeah, there's a lot of good centers here today, guys. Like Rudy Gobert, they're gonna need him to guard Anthony Davis, only 7,400. Marc Gasol against Phoenix, can't go wrong there. Whiteside, only 7,000 for Whiteside. Portland plays kind of big, so I think Whiteside could have a huge day here at 7,000. I like him a lot. Same thing with Nurkic. They're starting to close with him. He's seeing minutes in the 30s now, and he's producing. Just the risk with Terry Stotts, whether or not he's going to see the fourth quarter or not. But a guy, this is just crazy that his price is staying this low. I've talked about him in basically every single video. It's about time people take notice. JaVale McGee, he's legit. They're gonna need him to play 30 to 35 minutes here to try and guard Aldridge. We saw they tried to put Zubac on Aldridge, and Aldridge just had his way. Same thing with Jonathan Williams. So they're going to need McGee to play as many minutes as he can. And I really like him for cash and GPPs. So I'll talk about one more guy here. If Ayton ends up being out, you can certainly give a look to Tyson Chandler here. I know it's not the sexiest play, but Memphis plays pretty big. You know, they have at least 2 bigs out there at all time, or at least one pretty tall guy. I mean, they'll rotate Marc Gasol, Jaren Jackson Jr. So they're going to need Tyson Chandler to play 25 to 30 minutes if Ayton's out. So I don't mind him for salary relief either. So again, guys, there's a lot of injury news still up in the air, so we're going to kind of have to wait and see. But please, guys, follow me on Twitter. It'll be in the description below. I will retweet stuff. I'll give my thoughts when injury news and stuff comes out. I'll give my thoughts about that. But yeah, that's about going to do it here for today's video. If you guys have been enjoying the content, please smash that like button, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Have any questions, stuff like that, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for some Sunday NBA.